And the text messages I'm receiving are any indication, every Republican in the country is madder than a wet hen. I mean, people who are decidedly non-MAGA, not Trump fans, are blowing up tonight saying this case never should have been brought. This is ridiculous charges. It was egregious use of the criminal justice system. And I mean, I'm hearing people say, I had no intention of voting for Donald Trump, and now I am. And then if you ask the Trump campaign what's happening, you know, they literally broke their online donation portal because people were rushing to the internet to give them money in the minutes after the verdict. So I think there's a real chance here. This is going to massively backfire on the Democrats and help Donald Trump.
That's Scott Jennings telling the short-sighted automatons on CNN just how bad Democrats stepped in it by handing out a guilty verdict to Trump. Welcome to Nerk News. I'm Nerkish, and boy oh boy are things heating up in the 2024 election. Here's a summary in the last 24 hours. Democrats convicted Trump on some BS nonsense like we knew they would, pissing off more than half of the country. Trump's site crashed due to an influx of donations. He smashed records in online donations, and now even CNN is acknowledging that undecided voters are moving towards Trump.
People are speculating that it's because so many people wanted to donate that it got overloaded. It's back up now. So do you really think this is going to be a fundraising bonanza? I mean, we have seen this, Scott, obviously, on the back of every single indictment, right, or conviction. But obviously, this is the first criminal case. So do you think that's what we're going to see?
Absolutely, and I'm not speculating. I mean, the Trump campaign told me directly their portal was overloaded, but that's why they think it went down. But yeah, I think people are going to go because they're mad. They believe that after everything that's happened with Donald Trump over the last several years, that you're going to convict this guy on a bunch of felonies over sex paperwork. Like, it sounds crazy to anyone who is not in the left-wing fever swamps. And so, yeah, I think there's a danger here for Democrats. This blows up in their face. And now Trump's unleashed. He can campaign. He can have rallies. He can say whatever he wants. And I suspect he's going to go out and make a powerful argument about it.
All right, so Alyssa, the point that Scott just made, he's saying people who said they weren't going to vote for Trump now feel like they might. Republicans, right? I mean, not. Do you think it's possible that that happens, that this has a galvanizing effect that is much broader and more significant than anything else yet?
It's certainly possible. Scott is absolutely correct in how this is being received by Republicans writ large, but I'm not certain that I think there's a wide swath of Republicans or moderates who may vote for Republicans that are like, this is what's making me the porn star hush money case. Now I've got to get out and vote for Donald Trump.
Man, liberal women like this really are something else. I honestly can't think of a group of people more detached from reality. Go back and watch their reactions as he's speaking. They can't hide their smug contempt and disgust at the notion of what he's saying. She's trying to trivialize the case by saying that it's just about hush money to some porn star, and that's why no one will care, but she's got the whole thing backwards. That's precisely why people care, because they manufactured a bunch of trivial BS to take down an opposing political candidate, all while claiming to protect democracy. Call me crazy, but that sounds like something you see in the third world.
Just remember, Trump just got convicted in the next trial that starts, I think next week, Hunter Biden. And so we may have a Biden convicted this month as well. I think Joe Biden's got to be real careful here.
Well, that's right. That does start next week in Wilmington. So, Scott,
but that speaks to the justice system being impartial. If they can communicate that, though.
Right. But that is
the president's son is actually being investigated or indicted by his own Department of Justice.
I mean, Scott, does that, I mean, not that Biden wants to embrace it from that angle, but there is something that surrogates can do from that point. I mean, it's Hunter Biden may well be convicted.
I think it's hard for the Biden people to argue about Donald Trump being convicted on this thing, which, by the way, no one can explain what Donald Trump did. He wasn't convicted for having sex. He wasn't convicted for giving the payment. It was a paperwork thing that was contorted from a misdemeanor into a felony. I mean, no one can explain what he did. I just think the Biden people need to be real careful about playing into Trump's hand. Trump says this is all coordinated by Biden. If he goes out and campaigns on it now, he's going to play into his hands.
Look, the only way anything is happening to Hunter Biden is if they turn him into some sort of sacrificial lamb to create the illusion of a fair justice system. Heck, they'd probably even use it as an excuse to swap out his dad before the election. But the truth of the matter is, we all know nothing will ever happen to the Clintons or the people on Epstein's flight logs or any of the criminals in D.C. This was a massive cell phone for Democrats. Google's search requests for donating to Trump have skyrocketed. He's getting free media on every major news network. And conservatives and undecideds are seeing this whole thing for what it is, corrupt political nonsense. But let me know what you think. Has the verdict against Trump changed your support for him? Do you think that it'll be a boon for Democrats in November? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. This stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!